Alyssa and I have been doing tons of stuff on um, new tab type behaviors, as we talked about a second ago. And so I kind of want to walk through some of the improvements we made for query views, as well as some other stuff that is about to ship. So as of today, this should be roughly what a query or what a querier sees in the product, which is they get a nice starting point with any topics, in my case, topic groups. And in this case, I have a schema here that has some tables in it, or I guess a schema that I don't really use much for my animal rescue. And I want to model off that and like maybe model the volunteers. And we'll see, oh, there's no topics, but if I click tables here, it'll show me that I actually have a volunteers table I can query off of. One thing to know, I can't really demo it super easily. Actually, I'm lying, I can demo it easily. If we go to this topic free, if I have a model with no topics, so maybe a brand new instance, will automatically start showing you the tables instead of topics, since there's no topics to use. So we have a better entry experience now. By going back to this one, here I can just go ahead and click volunteers, and we'll see it automatically previewed the volunteers table for me. One thing that we broke and then fixed this week was an improved preview behavior. We discovered that behavior of grabbing all the columns off a table was a little dangerous depending on the table, both if the table was extremely broad or had nested fields. You don't really want to select all of them at once when you have huge numbers of them. So we've actually consolidated the preview behavior to consistently now only pick non-nested fields, and it also skips foreign keys because they're kind of not that useful in a preview, seeing a random GUID. And then additionally, it'll only pick up to 25 fields by default. So basically, it's going to pick the first 25 fields it finds. If there's more than that, it'll pop a little toast saying, "Hey, I picked 25 fields, and there's like 46 more," but it won't pick them because it's kind of at that point the utility of a 45 column wide table becomes questionable. So yeah, so that's quite an improvement. One thing we can do here really quick is just for the demo. This is my volunteer. I don't have more text, so I'm just going to cheat and grab that text right there. One thing that came along with this is we added multi-line description, so you can see that's actually properly preserving white space. This was a customer ask this week, and if I jump over the dashboard, come here, we'll actually see that the dashboard preview also supports multi-line descriptions now, so kind of a nice improvement there. I'm going to go back over here. So when I have this, I can, as people saw last week, you can say this is a query view, and I'm going to call this volunteer facts, because why not? And in the query view, we now have a little inspector, like some of the other tabs do. It's pretty limited. If folks think of things they'd like to see in this inspector, let me know. It's easy to add, but it is different than the query inspector. We do dump the query down here, but kind of gives you a sense. It shows the topic name. Oh, that's wrong. It should be query view name. Oops. And then we're also going to rename this results to preview because it's really about previewing the query view. And then Alyssa added a super cool thing where you can now actually see the YAML. This is read-only, just sort of a view of the YAML, and then you can jump to the IDE. That takes you right into the YAML file, and you can mess around with it. So that's a really nice addition. Right now, this warning is here because this is a little bit laggy. It's actually not reflecting changes you made. We are going to be solving that soon. We need a backend folks to build a little utility API to clean that up, but still think it's pretty valuable. I think that's it. We talked about the preview policy. So one thing's nice, we can use the product a little bit. We have seen adoption go up a lot on these new tab types. So blank is that new entry screen. And then CSV, of course, is our great CSV tabs. And then query view here. So we can see in the last week, usage has gone way up on that. And of course, blank went up about 3 weeks ago. So really solid growth. It's not making much of a dent in the overall numbers yet, but we're getting there. So Okay, so the other flow we've got going on is if you go back to the same volunteers tab, maybe I decide actually I'd rather have this a topic. So this save this topic option will be in Playground and our local instances probably later today, if not early next week. And when you do this, it's going to go ahead and automatically pull this into topic. I'm actually going to use a different base table because this table doesn't have any joins. Let me go just do that really quick. So go back here to adoptions. Yeah. Oh, I guess the other thing you'll see up here is if you use in use, it'll show you other things you have in use in this model. But back to tables, adoptions. So now if I topic this, we will see that it automatically brings in all the joins. And again, we have inspector. It's a little more useful. It actually says topic name in the right place. I can rename and add description to the topic here. So I'm going to go grab some static text I have. And if I save this, we'll see that actually got pushed into the description automatically. And additionally, if we go look at the YAML, we can see it's been pushed in for us. So that's all working nicely. Very shortly, we'll have some more UI for like picking which joins I want my topic, things like that. But this kind of gives us our first run at topic editing. I think it was. So that's a nice addition. The other things we've done is if I'm in a all views, we've had a we have had for a while this make topic behavior. Now, when you do make topic, it'll pull you into one of these nice topic editor tabs and let you do some work with it. So that's a nice improvement. And you can also go just to any tab you want, find an existing topic like folders. And if you hit edit topic up here, it'll jump you into an editor for that topic. So you can rename topics via the UI if you want to, or do other things to them. And we'll be adding more enrichment from what you can do with it. Last but not least, I'm going to go over here.